you were in Canada in 2008, there was a subprime mortgage crisis. Okay, so you remember that subprime mortgage?
Yes,
crisis?
yes.
Or
Freddie Fannie.
Where a bank all over
I
the
know.
world went bankrupt. Okay,
I know.
remember that?
Yes, yes.
The control of the money at that time, the Federal Reserve in the United States was called in Federal Reserve, was Alan Greenspan. So banks were lending this subprime mortgage, very cheap mortgage, to people in hospital, in the street, the bum in the street.
Who had no credentials.
No, because they didn't want to appear on the paper that they were speculating houses.
Yeah.
So, well, the name was this bum in the street, or old people in hospital. Officially, the government appeared that they were not them speculating; they were those bums speculating. Okay, and so they created millions of mortgage, but the people didn't pay one penny. Okay, only to give their name only. That's all. And after the flip the house, because the purpose was to buy a house and sell after 2 months, 3 months, sell it. So okay, they gave maybe $1,000 to them, okay, just for giving the name.
Yes.
Okay. So,
And then it got bankrupted.
so no, just the point is, you see, so in 2005, journalists said, Alan, Mr. Greenspan, aren't you afraid that these millions of mortgage one day are going to create trouble for the bank? And Greenspan said, all my study, all my experience tells me that the owner of the bank are the best defender of the bank. Because you're the owner, you're the best defender of the bank. So I'm in peace. I'm sure that they're going to look after their own bank. Okay, so and instead of raise interest rate to stop the speculation, it's kept the interest rate low. But the speculation continued. Reached in 2007, the first crack in the operation appeared.
I think, why not we talk more about philosophy? You started very well what philosophy is all about.
But going to lead
because viewers know this
No,
thing.
you're going to lead to philosophy. You're going to lead to philosophy.
Okay.
You're going to lead to a philosophical point,
Okay.
which you missed. It's going to lead that. You have to know the episode in order to understand the philosophical point. Okay. So the first crack. In other words, people start being afraid to buy a house. People, banks were selling the house at 3 months, 4 months. People start buying. So when you stop buying, you cannot flip no more. You have in your possession banks billions and billions of mortgage cannot be sold. Okay, cannot be sold. That's where the trouble started. The first bank, in 2007, went bankrupt. The small bank. And then the big bang, September, October 2008, big bang happened, the bankruptcy all over the world. So the Congress called Greenspan to testify, said, why didn't you raise the interest rate and stop interest rate? Because no interest rate will bankrupt all the economy, will bankrupt the bank. I said, because my study told me, my philosophy told me that what you call the philosopher told me that the best defender of the bank are their owner. But the Congress said, don't you know that today the banks are too big? Okay? To be owned by our own owner, are run by the CEO. No, he said, I missed that. See, that's the philosophy. So that's the philosophy. I missed that. In other words, Adam Smith wrote that rule in 1776 that the best defender of the bank are the owner. And he learned that philosophy and still believes that philosophy. And the Congress said, don't you know that today it's not like 1776 when the principle was written. Today there are not owners, there are CEO, and the CEO different speculate, owner then speculate because they care about their own bank. Okay? So don't you know that? So he said, I missed it. See, the philosophy of which applied to 1776 by Adam Smith's time, the philosopher of free enterprise, capitalist free enterprise, doesn't apply today. It's applied today. He missed that. That is the purpose of a PhD in philosophy, to not miss critical thinking. In other words, critical thinking is necessary to avoid a problem. And he didn't recognize today the same.
Do you think Adam Smith was a philosopher?
Yeah, he was an economic philosopher, yes.
I think he failed in, if you believe so, he failed in many aspects.
I
What
know
he
failed.
said, what Ricardo said, all has been proved wrong, let me tell you.
I agree with you.
They could not come up with any regulatory mechanism.
That's
How
right, that's
can
right.
you say that
No, but
multiplication?
There are philosophers that are wrong, proved wrong in the past. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Even Karl Marx.
Yeah. Okay. There are philosophers, but still at that time, it's still. Wall Street still considered the best economic
he
philosopher.
started,
Wall
yes.
Street, okay. So the point is that he missed the difference between 76 logic that applied, that the logic of the owner is the best protected the bank, that the logic there apply, okay, that philosophy apply. Today that philosophy does apply no more. Okay?
Obviously, there are shareholders now.
So that difference in philosophy, little
Yes.
difference in the philosophy of changing from owner to the CEO, it makes all the difference, cause the crisis. Because if he understood that difference, he would immediately raise interest rate and avoid the crisis. Because he felt he understand the philosophical logical time, at the time, 76 to now, that's why the crisis happened. So you don't understand fully the logical philosophy, and you create a crisis. The crisis of the subprime mortgage or the bankruptcy was based on that little difference between owner and the manager or CEO. Okay. In fact, that proof is in Switzerland. Switzerland, the three biggest banks, national bank, okay, went all bankrupt. Government had to save them. Okay. But there are 22 banks in Switzerland, who are small banks, where there are owners. Okay?
Yes.
No one of those 22 banks went bankrupt. That
Of
proves.
course, I even in USA has an account in a community small bank, limited to New Jersey only.
Yeah.
You see?
Okay, but in Switzerland is the typical example where the owner of the bank, care about no one of those 22 banks went bankrupt. That proves the philosophy was right.
I think we more talk on Machiavelli and Descartes.
Greenspan missed.
Yes, I got your
Missed
point.
the difference
I
between
know.
76. Okay, that's philosophy. If you miss the logic of today application, you create a chaos, create a bankruptcy, and that is the importance of philosophy. Importance of philosophy is to extract the logic that applies today, not the logic that you learn in theory at university. Okay?
Actually, sir, if you agree with me, there are certain philosophical aspects which relate to human thinking.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I believe Socrates I accept as the biggest philosopher by saying
All
think. He did not say what to think.
All human,
Plato and Aristotle messed it up
all human
with conditioning.
All human thinking is philosophy. All human thinking is the difference is between a brilliant philosophy,
Yes,
brilliant
I
philosophy,
agree.
and the stupid philosophy. That's
I
all.
agree.
That's all. But all thinking is philosophy because you hear in the street. That's my philosophy. You're the stupid
Absolutely.
person. I claim to have a philosophy of their own. Okay?
Yes.
So all thinking. The difference is the intelligent, educated philosophy, like Greenspan is supposed to be educated, but he was not, okay? And non-educated philosophy. That's the difference. Okay, Machiavelli and Descartes, okay? Machiavelli and Descartes. Those two names I put there not because they are a big philosopher or anything, you know.
They were more pragmatic.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, but I put it there in my side to attract students from university. So I want to be challenged. I want to attract discussion. I don't want to attract grade 8, grade 10 stupid people, okay? I don't want to waste time with non-educated people. So I put those names because they are recognized by most student university, but not because they're special. You know, you want to know Machiavelli now? Okay, I'll explain Machiavelli. I'm Italian, and I respect a very...
Albert Camus, and you have...
No. I respect highly Machiavelli.
Spinoza you should respect
Spinoza,
a lot.
Good philosophy. Okay, don't enlarge the brush. Okay. Let's talk about Machiavelli now. Okay, Machiavelli was a brilliant man, and I'm Italian. I defend him. He got a very bad reputation, Machiavelli. Very bad reputation.
In terms of that, his prince was not taken in a good mood. That he actually guided the crafty rulers how they can rule.
No. That's just what you hear from.
No, I read Prince.
No. That even books are distorted. And listen, why this sort of thing? Okay, he was Florence was the biggest, richest city in the world. The biggest bank in the world was in Florence, and the family who ruled Florence, because at that time it was 1500. They owned the city. They controlled the city. Like the Medici, later on Medici family. Also, he was the administrator under that family. Okay, he was a big shot because control the banks, control all this rich city. So he was prestigious, famous in Europe because of the money, because the banks, okay? Big shot because wherever he went, he traveled in Europe, okay? He was respected because he was carry the money, okay? Loans and everything. Right? But all of a sudden they discovered that he funded a war, genocide war in Italy. Our brilliant diplomat, funded a warmonger. People, a guy called Cesare Borgia, the son of the Pope, who was killing all the city-state, because Italy was divided into city-state. If Italy didn't exist, assassination didn't exist, a divided city-state, okay? But Cesare Borgia was killing these principalities, city principality, because they want to enlarge its power, the Pope territory power, okay? The Pope had his own state, okay? To enlarge the Pope, he killed all his city controller, okay? And Machiavelli said, good guy, good job, good, continue, beautiful. But Machiavelli said that not because he wanted to rule territory, because one day, he said, that territory that now is expanding, become a nation, become Italy, he said. It's a shame that we build the biggest empire in the world, the Roman Empire, and today we cannot have a nation, he said. It's a shame. So he financed this guy, Cesare Borgia, to continue the genocide. It was a genocide because he had to destroy not only the prince who controlled the city, city-state, but all the followers. Just destroy, kill all the people. Okay? So when Europe discovered that what he was doing, ooh, you're a bad man. How come you're financing that criminal? And he said, the end justifies the means. The end was the unity of Italy. That's what he wa-
Absolutely.
That's what
Here you were right.
That's what makes him a very good man to me, because he didn't support, he didn't finance the war like that.
Obviously, he
For his-
supported
for-
the prince because the other party was exploiting.
He did finance the killing, the war for his own sake, because he will never be governor or anything, because he was not a prince, was a common man.
Yeah.
He will never be a control a state, never, because at that time you have to be a son of a prince, so in order to control a state.
Yes.
Okay? So unselfishly, he was financing this war in order to create a nation. There's nothing more noble for us
Agree.
than the unity of Italy. The only man who had the idea to unite Italy since the fall of the Roman Empire in 475 was him, nobody else.
Yes.
Italy united 1871. Remember that. And this episode, he lived at around 1503, 1505. Okay, that's right. He was the only man. Was the ideal to unite Italy, the only one. That's why he's a noble man, a very noble man.
Okay, now come to Descartes.
Descartes, okay? So remember that. While he supported the war, the killing, the genocide, he was supported financing it, but the intention was good. Okay, remember that. That's what. The university doesn't care about the intention. Cares about only the fact that he support the war. Okay,
Good.
That's where his bad reputation comes from. Okay,
Good.
Okay. So now, Descartes is a different thing. Descartes is a pure philosopher, so not nationalist political.
Yeah, he is a pure. I love Descartes.
Descartes said, "I think, therefore I am." What does it mean? What does it mean? Doesn't mean everybody knows the phrase. I think, therefore I am. In fact, in Latin, even they know the Latin translation of that. Okay. So, what does it mean? I think, therefore I am. We all think. So, therefore, it's stupid to say.
Whatever we think, we are.
No, that's just very easy, very cheap thinking, very easy, very easy. You will not be a philosopher if that was the meaning. It means this. Suppose 500 years ago you see the earth flat, and you believe your eyes. You say flat. The earth is flat. Okay. Because that's the evidence. You can see it. He says, don't believe your eyes, because your eyes deceive you. Deceive you. Instead of believing your eyes, he said, sit down, study the subject logically, and the truth comes through logic, he said. In fact, Nicolas Copernicus, studied subject and discovered that the earth was round. So he says, from that episode, he derived the principle that not believe what you see, don't believe what you hear, okay? Don't believe what you hear, just the truth, the reality. You discover reality only when you analyze the subject with logic. And what the truth comes from logic, not from what you see. So, and he said, I use my logic, not my eyes, not my ears. I use my logic. Therefore, I know my own reality. I know who I am. He said, but if my brain is covered by belief comes from my eyes, from ear, what I hear, or from what I read, okay, it comes from here. My logic doesn't work no more, because my logic is distorted by my belief. Okay, like in the case of the earth, you see flat, and you
let me here. But the religious belief, the people who preach, they also invent a logic of that belief.
That's right.
That is an issue with the logic. Let me tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
What is perception? Perception is perceiving.
No, that's what I'm saying. He says Our mind is like a sponge. Believe all kinds of belief. You're born in Saudi Arabia. Let's say you absorb your mind. All belief. You involuntarily absorb all the belief. He says no. He says you have to separate logic from belief. Separate the belief from logic. This is the two. That's the duality. It's called the duality of Descartes. The duality of Descartes. So a brain with the belief is not a brain.
I totally agree with this.
A brain is a brain, he says, only if you separate the belief from the brain. That's all. He said, okay? So if I use only my brain, I know who I am. Who I am. But if my brain is occupied by belief, whether religious or non-religious belief.
No. That is conditioning. Let me tell you, that is conditioning. They create cult, they create influence. I would have loved if you would have said that you are agnostic.
No,
basically,
I'm an atheist, not agnostic.
You said atheist. Now explain why.
No. I'm going to define the principle of Descartes. Descartes emphasized this thing, that the brain cannot be logical unless you eliminate all belief. Okay? That's philosophy of Descartes. You have to eliminate from the mind all belief. Okay, like Galileo said the same thing. Galileo said the same thing. Okay, because belief distorts your logic.
Absolutely. Okay? That's conditioning.
That is the meaning of the phrase. I think therefore I am. Okay, the separation of the two. Okay. It's called the duality.
Okay.
Descartes duality. Okay. So now, what do you want?
Agnostic and atheist.
Explain why I'm atheist. Okay, I'll tell you that. One day, when it was winter, okay, I was watching a documentary in northern Canada. A bunch of wolves were pursuing a bunch of deers. Yes. Eventually, from the helicopter, the camera photographed the wolf had captured one deer and started eating the deer, just ripping them up. And the helicopter showed it. And I thought, I said, why? In order for the wolf to survive, to eat, has got to kill another creature of God, the deer. Both are creatures of God.
Yes.
Why God create a reality in which one creature of God kill the other one in order to survive? Why? It's not a good creator, okay? Because God should care about both at the same time, not just about the wolf, benefit the wolf at the expense of the. So as I conclude logically, I conclude that the creator of this reality, that the wolf can survive only if they kill another animal, cannot be a good creator. Because in order to be a good creator, he said, God does not exist, because God is good in its by definition. Okay, very good. Okay, so God does not exist. Okay, even if he exists, he's not God. He's a devil, because he sacrificed the deer in favor of the wolf. So God does not exist. That the logic tell me that God cannot create the nature we live in.
And then who are the agnostics?
Agnostic people who are in doubt, are not firm atheists.
No. Atheists are people who are somehow believing in nature.
Yeah, that's right. A mixture of everything. They are not.
Agnostics actually are just like clean. There is no God. And then people like me are philosophers who believe that Creator resides inside us. That is, we are co-creators. Yeah. Okay?
No, philosophy tells you only what logic tells you. What logic tells you. Like the episode
through logic, I can prove that God resides inside me. In each one of us.
No, that you have to prove that logic. It's not just a logic.
I am proving it.
Because I told you there is a good logic, good philosophy, and no good philosophy. Okay. In order to be good philosophy, you have to prove that to Lord. That's what I said. The experience of seeing the wolf killing the deer. That is a proof. The proof that God cannot treat both creature, his creature, wolf and deer at the same degree. They don't protect them.
No, people here eat pork. Pork, they are killing pigs. Humans are killing pigs.
Logic is not logic unless it's proved by an example. That's what I'm saying. You have to come out with an example and not to prove logic.
I am saying this is a very wild imagination of God, existence of God.
No, okay, philosophy exclude imagination. Imagination is a belief, okay? Philosophy is just a logic. You have to prove logic. 2 and 2 is equal 4. You prove is 4.
That is brain's work.
That's what philosophy
That is brain's work.
No, that's what philosophy is.
Spirituality is inside heart.
No, that's what philosophy is. You have to prove that something illogical through a factual example.
And I am happy that you couldn't prove anything. That I am very happy, at least in the oneness, in this cosmic dance, in the oneness, we are able to prove that there is someone behind it, and we are also part of it.
The story.
You are only saying that everyone tried, but there is God is nowhere.
The story that I told you that the wolf survived by eating another creature doesn't prove anything. Doesn't prove anything.
Nothing. Let me tell you.
That's a nature. That's a nature proof. That's a nature proof.
You have not been, sir.
The creator doesn't treat them equally.
You have not been able to define then where you stand. Okay, you say there is no God. Where you stand?
No, listen. I told you. You take an experiment. An episode like the wolf killed the
it is irrelevant to me. Totally irrelevant.
And you
are eating. You are raising pigs and killing them.
You ask logically why nature, the creator of nature, treat the wolf well at the expense of the just ask that logical question.
Okay, I ask you.
That proves that God cannot exist.
Okay. Who created wolf and the deer?
Suppose to God. Okay, suppose God.
Now you are saying suppose God,
because God created everything. Okay?
What is that God then?
No. The creator of everything.
Yes. That is what I say. We are co-creators.
Yeah.
And there is a light, and it is a cosmic dance.
God created. We don't create nothing. God created. You know what I'm saying?
No, we are a part.
No,
we are a part of His creation.
We are the creature, the children.
Have you children? Have you got children?
No. That's my.
No, does not man sleep with the women to have a kid?
The father is the creator. And the child is the creature.
He's a co-creator.
The creature. Okay.
Yes.
In this case, the wolf and the deer are both creature and not creator, not creature. Why? The logical question is why God doesn't treat them equally? Why? That's the logical question. That's what philosophy deals with. Simple logic. Why God doesn't treat both the creatures equally? Why?
Actually, you are confused at number of things. There are so many species. There are so many under the sea living. Shark eats small fish and everything.
Yeah.
That is a cycle, nature's cycle, how it operates.
Yeah, but that's not excuse.
You need to understand.
That's not.
We are not saying there is a God. We are saying we are part of the God. God is creation.
That's not excuse. That's not excuse that the father, the fact that the two creatures of God, one killed the other, okay? And God doesn't protect both, that's treated both the same way, whether it's under the sea, the big fish, small fish, or in the sky with.
How do you accept them creatures of God?
There is no God first.
So why are you saying creatures of God?
Because I told you the example.
This is very strange.
The example proves God cannot exist.
You are saying that there is a God who has to be just.
That's right. Yeah.
I say there is a God which runs this cosmic dance of oneness. I am God, He is God, we are unique, and whole the species and animals in the cosmic stuff. We also die, species also die strong, and how we are evolving.
No.
You are putting it to strange things. You need
I'm saying you judge the tree from the fruit. Fruit. We creatures are the fruit of God.
Yes.
If the fruit are not treated equally, there is no God. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
If there is no God, how creature came into being?
Huh? We don't know. That's a mystery. That's a mystery.
So you philosophers are at fault.
Let's
Not understanding it.
no. Let's
You read Muslim philosophers.
What we don't know.
Let's continue this debate. You read Muslim philosophers.
No.
Ibn al-Kindi and all these.
Listen
You are
to
stuck
me. Listen to
totally.
me. What we know through
You
knowledge-
just now said means justify the ends.
No,
Yes, these two were the means. Okay, fine.
That's different.
So were the Muslim scholars.
No, I'm saying.
And I can also take to that point where I can establish that it's a dance of oneness. It's a cosmic dance.
I'm saying that you got to worship at the head.
Who is saying worshipping? I am not religious person. Believe you. I am telling you.
Euphemistically.
No. I don't.
Not reality. I'm telling you.
Do you know Mansoor?
No.
Mansoor, a big philosopher, who said, "I am the truth."
Oh, please, don't enlarge.
I am the truth.
Don't enlarge the broad.
I am. What is the largest? I am the truth. I am the glory.
Please. Let me say to you, philosophy is only logic. You to
What
care,
I have
to
understood.
to care only through logic. What we cannot prove through logic, we cannot even talk about. So we don't.
What I have understood is, sir.
What we don't prove, whether we create nature, create the world, is not our concern because we cannot prove through logic. So logic is the only way you can judge reality. The only way.
So this means you could prove nothing. At least I proved 101 things.
No.
You proved nothing. They were only means. There were 101 philosophers who were only means. They would remain the means. That's it.
I'm telling you that Western University goes only through the rule
Now
of
you
logic.
are coming to Western University. Our Western University, the word truth, the universal truth,
You don't.
is East. Are there stupids in East?
No.
No. Did you study the Orient philosophers?
I'm saying to you, through logic. It's the only,
Buddha also spoke through logic.
The only thing we can judge the universe, the world, through logic. That's it. Everything else outside the logic is not philosophy.
And that is a very flawful thing. That's a very flawful thinking. Thank you very much, Professor.
That's what Western philosophy is. Logic alone.
Actually, you are biased. You are conditioned. You yourself are conditioned. Actually, I am at a 0 point, which you can say maybe agnostic point. And I say it's a universal truth.
I'm saying to you,
you are through these things trying to understand God.
Western University is only with logic. Period.
Period. Thank you very much. Nice meeting.